Avdiivka is interesting. This is the Russians counterattacking the Ukrainians' counterattack. Avdiivka as a town has been a sort of a defensive citadel for the Ukrainians that they've had since 2014, and they built it up to be very strong. The Russians had some posts to the north and some positions to the south of the town. What they've been trying to do is then encircle it completely. However, it's not going well for them. They are also using a lot of poorly trained troops in there, and therefore it's become known as a bit of a meat grinder. They're effectively throwing thousands of troops to their death. They're losing hundreds of pieces of equipment as they try to close this. It's turning into another Bakhmut for the Russians.
We're facing an inflection point in history. One of those moments where the decisions we make today are going to determine the future for decades to come.
Alabama. Thank you, Mr. President.
If funding stopped and the US stopped supporting Ukraine, I think it would have a massively negative effect. But it would also mean that all of the money that the US has invested to date has been wasted. If it doesn't get approved, it will be something that's being used as domestic US political leverage, looking at what's happened in the past when things have stalled because of that. At the last minute, the rabbit seems to be pulled out of the hat. I think with the level of investment that we've had with the United States into Ukraine, they can't afford not to continue that now, because if they give Russia the chance to come back into the war again, to wrestle the initiative back off the Ukrainians, it's going to cost the US taxpayer and taxpayers in other countries across the world a huge amount more.
Что-то бахнуло, я вижу, у меня окна, и я вылезла. Это бомба еще дверь выбила.
They're keeping the Russians guessing along a number of different fronts, and the whole front line from north to south is over 250 kilometers. That's absolutely huge.